A clear understanding of a chosen target audience in terms of gender, age and social demographic is vital to the success of a media product. Knowing this, I ensured that I fully understood my own target audience before setting about producing my short film. I decided that my primary target audience should be students of both genders. To put that into perspective, that is roughly 18 to 24-year-olds in the Class E demographic. From this I constructed an audience profile of a typical member of the primary target audience. This allowed me to obtain a detailed understanding of the sort of people I was aiming my media product at. I directed this understanding of the audience into the development of my ideas for my short film, which was incredibly important because its content should be connectable and relatable to the primary target audience. Once establishing my initial ideas for the short film, I decided to seek the audience feedback, which I retrieved in the form of a questionnaire. The questionnaire included inquiries into areas of the production, such as music and sound effects, locations, cinematography and characters, but also consisted of specific questions surrounding the mental illness schizophrenia. This was because I wanted to understand whether there was a stereotype that the audience had of the illness. It turned out that the audience had stereotyped the illness as simply multiple personality disorder, showing that they didn't fully understand schizophrenia. As shown by Rethink Mental Health, schizophrenia is a mental illness with a variety of attributes, not just multiple personalities. However, I decided to conform to the stereotype in the development and the construction of my film, as I believed that the audience would find it more engaging due to the wealth of ideas I had for the stereotype. There are so many filming and editing techniques that could visually construct the mental illness for the viewer. For example, the 3D camera effect. The questionnaire was a useful method of obtaining individual responses from members of my target audience, as it provided information which directly developed a variety of aspects of my film, including genre, themes and editing. I analysed the responses and summarised and documented them on my blog, which I would later use to refer back to in order to ensure that I was not straying from the direction that my audience determined my film should go. I furthered my audience research in a different format. I set up a focus group consisting of 6 members of my primary target audience and asked open questions about the initial ideas for my short film. The focus group responded to these questions in a discussion amongst themselves. I found this more useful than the questionnaire as it provided a multitude of ideas concerning characterization, costume, location, music and editing, which a questionnaire couldn't necessarily provide. Moreover, the focus group allowed me to document the target audience's preferences and opinions on particular aspects of my short film, which the questionnaire could not do to the same degree. For example, the focus group initiated the idea of the interrogator only appearing as a silhouette in the short film. This heightened the ambiguity of his characterization, a convention of thrillers. Additionally, the focus group helped a great deal in terms of the film's score. They advised me to use silence a lot and then use strings to build the tension in the narrative. My short film featured both of these. As I found the process of a focus group extremely effective, I decided to use it again another 2 times after the first and final edits of my short film. It is clear to see how effective the focus groups were, as the first one aided me greatly in finalising my ideas so I could then produce the film. The second gave me the information necessary to alter the film to fulfill the target audience's preferences, and the final one confirmed that the alterations were successful in connecting with the target audience. The focus group for my final edit highlighted the many successes of my short film. This shows that I have ensured that I have incorporated the audience's preferences and opinions throughout the process, resulting in a media product that is very appropriate for its primary target audience. I also sought audience feedback for both my ancillary tasks, once they were completed. Like the focus group, this feedback revealed the success of the initial designs and how I used my knowledge of the target audience to create the designs in a particular way that is most suitable for the audience. The audience responded positively when viewing the poster. They were gripped by the complex main image and were intrigued by the tagline, demonstrating how effectively I have used my initial research into the target audience in creating advertisement that would attract the primary target audience. One audience member even said that the blurred face in the middle epitomizes a mental instability of the main character, while the faces of the family around it symbolize how these characters surround his thoughts. Likewise, I sought the feedback for my film review from a member of my target audience who was familiar with Empire magazines. He stated that it feels like an Empire review in the way it looks and reads. The layout looks identical to that of an Empire review, and the review covers all of the areas that are normally seen in a review. He praised the review for its incredible similarity to an actual Empire magazine article, but also compliments the way it establishes the character and genre for the target audience. Overall, it is clear to see that the audience feedback has heavily influenced my work from the very beginning of this process. It shaped the story of my short film and the designs for the ancillary tasks. It provided useful information which was used to improve my work throughout the project, and has, finally, assured that the final products are successful in appealing to my target audience.